It's a beautiful fucking day and I'm feeling damn electric, and I want to share why. Because on my way back from the gym this morning, I was driving and I looked out and I was like, holy fuck. Literally, these words came out of my mouth. It was, holy fuck. How blessed am I to be alive? How grateful am I to be alive? And that sounds cringe and that sounds corny, but I struggled with it for a long time, was looking for materialistic items to fulfill me, looking for things outside of me to fulfill me. And what I think we forget to do as men especially is just to be grateful to even have fucking air to breathe, to even have this opportunity of life. And as I was driving home, I was like, why do I feel so damn grateful? Why do I have so much gratitude today out of all days? And I got it the other day as well, and I thought to myself, well, what morning routine am I doing at the moment? Because what happened this morning was I slept it, right? I snoozed my alarm, and that's not good. That's not a good fucking start to the day. But I watched a video from Alex Hormozi, and he said, if there's an outside circumstance or if there's a circumstance, how quickly do you let that circumstance disrupt you and your emotional state towards your goal and what you want out of your life or out of your day or whatever you're doing for that day? And I asked myself, I was like, well, I can either let that ruin my day for the rest of the day like I would have used to, and like I know a lot of people do, or I can use it as an opportunity just to carry on with my day and get better and better and better. And basically got back to emotional state. But what I did this morning was the first thing that I did was wake up and I put the kettle on, right? And a lot of people will tell you not to have a coffee as you wake up, and I would have used to say that as well. But right now in my life, I want energy first thing in the morning because I like to win the morning, because I feel fucking negative when I wake up. All these negative thoughts, like, is this going to work out? What am I actually doing? Who do I want to become? All these negative thoughts start coming to my mind, all the negative things that I've done in my life, and I instantly want to get in a high frequency state. But while that's boiling, while the kettle's on, I go have a cold shower, because I've tried with and without a cold shower, literally just 30 seconds. And without it, the rest of the day, my mindset's just like, not that disciplined, right? I don't feel like doing the work. I don't feel like doing anything, right? If I don't discipline myself first thing in the morning, then I just slowly start to disintegrate throughout the day. I'm like, this doesn't matter, that doesn't matter, that doesn't matter. And it's literally only 30 seconds, right? While I'm standing there, all these negative emotions, they seem to disappear as I start to think about the fucking kettle boiling with my coffee, right? And when I'm done the 30 seconds, I just got a really funny thought, like, damn, 30 seconds doesn't sound that long, and if a female ever watches this, my bad. But straight after that, what I like to do is I like to come out here in the morning and sit on that porch with a little hammer, with my coffee, and just think. Right? I write down anything that I'm grateful for in my surroundings, the trees, the wind, the bush, anything that I can be grateful for that morning, because your subconscious mind, first thing in the morning, it is the most susceptible to be able to change. So if you start to program it first thing in the morning, what happens is the rest of the day drags on and you almost feel in this just higher frequency state, at this higher level of awareness. Like, everyone always asks you, what would the highest version of yourself do? And most people think about money, but I think highest version of you is your highest level of consciousness, is like the awareness of your day, not letting other things disrupt you and how high you're feeling. Not with weed, not with drugs, but you get my point. And basically, when you start the day being grateful for even the opportunity to be awake, you do something really fucking hard, put you in a high frequency state, what happens is your day, it doesn't feel perfect, right? There's still outside circumstances that affect my emotional state, right? But they affect me way less, right? I can get back on track straight away. And as you start to progress and do this more and more and more, what happens is the days get better and better and better and better. And that's what I've found. But straight after I've had the coffee and I've written down some goals, I go meditate. Why? Because the caffeine is really starting to hit. You're feeling like this high frequency state and you really want to go and attack the day. But what I like to do is I like to sit down and meditate for 20 minutes, because that just tames your old frequency, your old ego, your old identity when you're trying to become someone new, right? And what you can do during this meditation, what I like to do is either go breathe in and out, right? Just really slow myself down and focus on one thing. Or what I like to do as well is think of any positive emotion, think of any positive thoughts, right? Because like I said, your subconscious mind, which basically inherently controls your reality, in the background, it's playing in the background, not your conscious thoughts like, I want to click on this video, but like your subconscious thoughts playing in the background of your mind that we don't really know much about. They're what's playing in the background, they're what's controlling, and that's how autosuggestion or forming a habit begins, right? So if we can start to reprogram in the morning our subconscious mind to be grateful, to get into a high frequency state, to do something hard, to do something difficult, what starts to happen? The rest of the day, it starts to unfold beautifully. And when I meditate, it's really just for 20 minutes, and I sit there and I think about the gratitude, I think about what do I want to do that day, how am I going to get closer to my goals, and from there, after the 20 minutes, I go hit the gym. Why? Because right now, I'm cutting, right? And I had a massive shoulders and tricep workout, and basically this just puts you even more in a high frequency state. Caffeine hits, you go work out, you've meditated, you've done something hard for the fucking day, and you've conquered any self-doubt that you've had that morning from any fuck-ups or from any thoughts, and you're starting to prove yourself that you're becoming someone new, right? And gradually over time, what happens is you start to feel more confident. As you show up every single day, that starts to become the new normal. That new state of mind, that new state of being, that new frequency that you're going at starts to become the person and who you are. And you start to let go of this old identity, this old undisciplined, this old lazy identity, aka what I used to be like, or sometimes still am in full transparency. But after that, I had a massive shoulders, tricep workout, and I've just come back, smacked another coffee, and also had some chicken and rice, but I ate it after about 4 times of attempting to make this video. I sat here like, fuck, I don't want to make this video, I don't want to make this video, I don't want to make this video. But what happens when you start to win the morning is that momentum carries over, right? And I'm training fasted at the moment because I like the feeling of the caffeine hitting. It makes me push myself even fucking harder. And obviously to tear your muscle, you need to be training to absolute maximum intensity. And then I come home and I feel like I've actually earned the reward for the morning, and especially after coming home and making a video in the hopes that this helps you with any self-doubt, with any frequency problems, with any old identity, and you start to just think about this new identity that you're becoming. Start to think about what you want out of your life throughout this whole progress, right? And then the actions start to follow. When you start in a high frequency state as versus a low frequency state, what happens is the thoughts start to be in that high frequency state, and then the actions start to follow from the thoughts. Right, but if we start in this low frequency state down here, what happens? We start to get low frequency thoughts. We start to say, it doesn't really matter. I don't have to do that. We don't have to do much, right? And now you end up dancing like a retard on YouTube because you're just having a good damn day. It's a beautiful day, and we're damn blessed to be alive. But other than that, I really do hope this helps. I did shoulders, front delts, Smith machine press, 3 sets, heavy, failure all sets, side lateral raises with dumbbells, and then rear delt flies, and then 1 set of tricep rope extension. Now, if your triceps are lacking, do them first, and then do your shoulders after, or vice versa, whatever's lacking on your body part, just do them. And other than that, train to fucking failure, go do something with your day, and if you fuck up in the morning, don't worry about it, get back on track as quickly as possible. Love you guys.